अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन, कैसे हैं आप सब। आई होप कि आप सब ठीक होंगे, खैरियत से होंगे। आज दिसंबर 24 है। मेरे ब्रदर इन लॉ ने हमें डिनर के लिए इनवाइट किया है, तो हम अभी उनके घर जा रहे हैं। मेरे और ब्रदर इन लॉज और उनके फैमिलीज़ भी थी। उनका घर ज़्यादा दूर नहीं है, तकरीबन 10-15 मिनट्स के ड्राइव पर है। वीडियो तो पहले बनाई थी, मगर आजकल बच्चों की भी छुट्टियाँ हैं और हस्बैंड की भी ऑफिस से छुट्टियाँ हैं, तो उनके साथ भी टाइम स्पेंड करना है और ज़्यादातर हम बाहर ही होते हैं, तो इसीलिए काफ़ी दिनों के बाद वीडियो अपलोड कर रही हूँ। तो अभी खाने का टाइम हो रहा है, तो मैंने थोड़ा सा शूट किया था, तो अभी मैं आपको दिखाती हूँ कि क्या क्या चीज़ें बनाई थी उन्होंने। यहाँ पर ये चटनी, सलाद, योगर्ट और चना चाट है। तो खाने में चिकन और आलू वाली बिरयानी बनाई थी, तंदूरी चिकन था, बीफ कढ़ाई थी, चिकन का सालन था, साग और छोले का सालन था, और ये चिकन सैंडविचेस भी बनाए थे। खाना बहुत मज़े का था और हम सब ने बहुत ही एंजॉय किया था। तो अभी ये दूसरे दिन की वीडियो है। आज दिसंबर 25 है और आज यहाँ पर क्रिसमस का दिन है और सारे मॉल्स और स्टोर भी बंद होते हैं, मगर आज मस्जिद में एक प्रोग्राम था, तो हम बच्चों को लेकर वहाँ जा रहे हैं।
Surah Al-Qalam, a Mekki surah that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Mecca. And when we're speaking about the times of Mecca, where Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was facing a lot of hardship in his hand, and he needed many examples of prophets before him in order to keep the patience and keep the spirit high, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could have brought the story of Noah, the story of Hud, the story of Salih, the story of Musa, the story of Isa, but he didn't bring none of those, and he brought one verse about Yunus alayhi salam. Interestingly, you have to be asking yourself, why would he do that? What is special about Yunus alayhi salam that Allah wants to highlight that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam should bring his attention to? And in one verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ, verse number 49, if you want to keep a following of it. فَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ, O Muhammad, be patient to the judgment and the destiny of your Lord. وَلَا تَكُنْ كَصَاحِبِ الْحُوتِ, do not be like the man of the whale. I don't like using the word companion, because companion is coming from accompanying. To sahib, accompanying, that you mean you go along with someone, you experience ups and downs and hardships, and you know him and he knows you. You know, that's a companion what is about. And that's what we call a sahaba, companions of Prophet Muhammad. Now, when we look at Jonah, at Yunus alayhi salam, he's not a companion of the whale. He wasn't a close friend to him. It was just a phase of days. So he's just a man of the whale. And keep in mind, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives names to prophets, and he gives nicknames to them. So every prophet had a name and a nickname. And Allah uses that differently in the Quran. Sometimes he calls Ibrahim alayhi salam with his name. Sometimes he calls it Khalil. Musa alayhi salam, what's his nickname? Al-Kalim. Isa alayhi salam, what's his nickname? Al-Masih, the Messiah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he speaks to Isa, personally, a conversation going between them, doesn't call him Ya ayyuha al-Masih. He calls him with his name. Ya Isa ibn Maryam, anta qulta lin-nas ittakhiduni wa ummi ilahayn. But when he's talking about him, he doesn't mention his name, except he says, إنما المسيح عيسى ابن مريم رسول الله. He calls, when he's talking about him, he calls him the Messiah. And the Messiah has different meanings, as we all know. Al-Masih is, some say it's coming from الذي مسح الأرض. I ask people to move forward as the hall, mashallah, is getting packed up. So whenever you see Haggah in front of Isa ibn Maryam. The noon, Jazakallah khair, the men's hall, mashallah, sleeping right from the beginning. We haven't started yet. The noon is one of them. What's the second one? You just said. Sahib al-Hud, the man of the whale. And interestingly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He speaks about Yunus as a messenger, He would never describe him the man of the whale. He always brings his name. And He says, Inna Yunus لمن المرسلين. واذكر عبادنا. When He wants to list the prophets, He doesn't call him the Noon. He doesn't call him Sahib al-Hud. He calls him Yunus. But when He refers to that one incident that we will be sharing today, He doesn't call him Yunus. He calls him Sahib al-Hud. And this is the one incident that Allah told His prophets, do not be, not like Jonah. Jonah is one of the greatest people who walked on earth, who is better than all of us with no debate on that. This is why Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, made it clear, ما ينبغي لأحد أن يقول أنا خير من يونس بن متى. No one is eligible, no one is allowed to say, even though that Yunus did what he did, but no one is allowed to say, I'm better than Yunus ibn Matta. Don't you ever say that. Because Yunus is better than you, and that's an ended debate. And Allah chose him as a prophet. He didn't choose none of that. So let's just stand on that ground. And now, and from that, we can speak about what Jonah did. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought him only in Surah Al-Qalam and told Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, don't you ever do like what he did. Giving him such a profound lesson to all of us when you go through hardships and difficulties in your life. Allah says, لا تكن كصاحب الحوت. And when He says the man of the whale, it goes back right to the incident of Yunus alayhi salam when he left his people in Nainawa, in Al-Mosul, in Baghdad, and he left complaining, rejecting about the destiny of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the hardship that He put it through. And he left his people. Now, if I left you right now, because I'm fed up with this lecture and the weather and this masjid and this city of Calgary, and I moved to Edmonton, I have the total freedom to do that, but not to a messenger. A messenger does not have the freedom or will of choice to leave his people until Allah tells him to do so. He doesn't have the freedom or the choice to fight his people, even if they fought him, until Allah tells him to do so. Yunus alayhi salam made his own decision. And he left his people running. And he thought that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could do no harm more than that. Like what's going to go wrong? My people denied me. I will go to the other village and do da'wah to them. فَظَنَّ أَن لَّن نَقْدِرَ عَلَيْهِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught him, listen, don't you ever run away from the responsibilities that I put you through. And you have to face them until I give the ease to your life. And here, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bringing that lesson in front of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and tell him, don't you be complaining and rejecting like the man of the whale when he did what he did. وَلَا تَكُنْ كَصَاحِبِ الْحُوتِ إِذْ نَادَى وَهُوَ مَكْظُومٌ. Now the beautiful thing that comes here, that this verse in coming in which surah? Which surah is this verse at? Surah Al-Qalam, Jazakallah khairan. Surah Al-Qalam, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings the beginning of the story with Noon. Now, An-Noon means Al-Hut, the whale. But Noon here is not the whale. Noon is just a letter out of those letters that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept in his unseen. And we don't know the meanings of it, even though many interpretations come and tell us the tafsir of it. But this is one of the letters, and this is the beginning that tells you that whatever ahead of you, O Muhammad, and all the ummah of Muhammad, you don't know nothing about. Just like this one letter. You don't know the ease that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepared.
ये प्रोग्राम जो था ये 6 आवर्स का था, 3 स्कॉलर्स भी आए हुए थे, तो फिर मुझे ख्याल आया कि क्यों ना मैं थोड़ा सा रिकॉर्ड कर लूँ ताकि आप लोगों के साथ शेयर कर सकूँ। तो हमने ज़ोहर असर मगरिब की नमाज़ी वहीं पर पढ़ी। काफ़ी सारे लोग आए हुए थे, इतना रश था कि नमाज के लिए भी जगह मिलना मुश्किल हो रहा था। आज की वीडियो बस यहाँ तक ही थी। आई होप कि आपको पसंद आई होगी। लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा। अपना बहुत सारा ख्याल रखिएगा और हमें भी दुआ में याद रखिएगा। नेक्स्ट वीडियो तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़।